It sounds like a dark dystopian novel. The CIA secretly carrying out mind control experiments using LSD and psychological torture on unwitting patients. But Project MK Ultra was a top-secret test in the 1950s that was behind the chilling story of Eleven's mom in Stranger Things and new Netflix drama Wormwood. The CIA's top-secret mind control experiments are being explored in Netflix drama Wormwood. Wormwood official Netflix trailer uncover the truth behind the CIA, LSD and mind control. The shady experiment was stopped after it was linked to the death of scientist Frank Olson, who plunged to his death from a 13th-story window after being secretly dosed with acid. The operation was officially sanctioned in 1953 during the Cold War as a way of developing mind-controlling drugs for use against Soviet spies amid fears enemies had been using truth serums on U.S. prisoners of war. Dozens of experiments were carried out, with the more dangerous tests reserved for terminally ill cancer patients. Some people were dosed for weeks at a time while scientists attempted to develop techniques that would wipe their memory, control their behavior, or encourage them to divulge secrets while under interrogation. The CIA files were declassified in the 1970s and revealed the dark techniques the agency was using on unwitting subjects. Psychotropic drugs were administered to everyone from prisoners to prostitutes, with the latter often used to lure men to CIA safe houses where they be given acid while scientists watched the effects behind one-way glass. The CIA wanted people who couldn't fight back and often bribed heroin addicts into taking LSD with offers of more heroin. In one case, 7 volunteers in Kentucky were given LSD for 77 consecutive days. But the experiment became even more sinister when Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, the chemist who directed MK Ultra, wanted to see if the drugs could be given to high-ranking officials to alter the course of important meetings and speeches. He initiated a string of experiments where LSD was given to people in normal settings without warning, with surprise acid trips becoming something of an occupational hazard among CIA employees. The project was stopped following the death of scientist Frank Olson, who apparently committed suicide after being unwittingly given LSD. Frank plunged to his death from Hotel Statler in New York, and the tests didn't stop with drugs. Declassified documents reveal hypnosis was also studied with the aim of inducing anxieties and hypnotically increasing ability to learn and recall complex written matter. The mind control experiments were ramped up when Scottish psychiatrist Ewan Cameron began overseeing horrific tests including electroshock treatments and putting people into chemically induced comas. He believed psychic driving through constant playing of taped messages could wipe out the symptoms of mental illness, but this depatterning often erased the patient's memory and left them in a childlike state. Cameron also put his patients through electroconvulsive therapy at 30 to 40 times the normal power. The program was finally exposed in 1975, 2 years after CIA Director Robert Helms took the decision to destroy all MK Ultra files. But the documents that survived were released under Freedom of Information laws and exposed the dark truth. The CIA had been funding experiments where LSD was tested on human subjects, often without their knowledge. Wormwood will look at Olson's death and the experiments carried out by the CIA. Netflix supplied by Let Me Know. MK Ultra was behind Eleven's mysterious upbringing on Stranger Things. MK Ultra is now going to be explored in new Netflix drama Wormwood, which focuses on the death of scientist Frank Olson in 1953. Declassified reports show he was secretly dosed with LSD and suffered a nervous breakdown before dying 9 days later in an apparent suicide at the Hotel Statler in New York. His family sued the agency for his wrongful death and received a £559,000 out-of-court settlement, as well as apologies from President Gerald Ford and William Colby, who was head of the CIA at the time. But the mystery deepened in the 90s when his body was exhumed, and an autopsy revealed evidence rankly and starkly suggestive of homicide. The series begins on December 15, and was created by the Thin Blue Line director Errol Morris, who said of Frank's death, "What happened in that room? What in God's name happened in that room?" The six-part docudrama is told through Frank's son Eric and reveals his 60-year mission to unravel the mystery surrounding his death. It stars Peter Sarsgaard as Frank and switches between his narrative story and Eric's actual interviews in his battle for the truth. Winning lotto numbers for Saturday, December 23, 2017: £21.7 million jackpot asset. Doug Arthur Collins charged with hiding phone and crutch in jail. Evil partner tortured mum and forced her to eat photos of her dead family. OAP, 75, and Latvian girlfriend, 46, found dead. Both died of natural causes. M40 crash leaves 6 people injured after 5-vehicle pileup in Oxfordshire. Cops reveal horror details of woman killed by her pit bulls. MK Ultra was also touched upon in hit Netflix drama Stranger Things after Chief Hopper tracks down Eleven's mum Terry Ives. Terry's abuse of psychedelic drugs leads to her daughter being born with special powers, and Eleven, real name Jane, is later taken away to Hawkins Laboratory by Dr. Martin Brenner. The mom tried suing the government, but the case was dismissed due to a lack of evidence, and Terry ends up in a catatonic state, able only to repeat the same words: breathe, sunflower, 3 to the right, 4 to the left, 450, rainbow. New Stranger Things 1984 trailer is all about international conspiracies. We pay for your stories. Do you have a story for the Sun Online News team? Email us at tips@thesun.co.uk or call 0207-782-4368. We pay for videos too. Click here to upload yours.